right, this is JPEG Raw show number 181, coming to you August 2nd, first week in August, Tim. I am so ready for fall. I am so ready for fall.
Well, because you probably got 100 degrees down by you, so it's a nice, pleasant 80, 85 up here.
Oh, it's just so difficult. It's so hot outside. I can barely get outside and play Pokemon, much less go out and set up my tripod and take photos. It's just, it is. I don't remember a year where we've had so many 90-plus days. It's been a long time since I've lived here in Atlanta like that. And I don't like shooting where I'm sweating a whole lot.
Right. I agree with you.
I of course, maybe I'm somewhat of a fair weather shooter. I don't like when it's totally freezing either. But I had my choice. I would shoot more in the cold than I would in the heat.
No, I'll probably shoot more in the heat than I will in the cold. I know my photos drop off substantially from January through March.
Yeah, mine drop off as soon as I start the podcast. Well, I have.
Good thing we're talking about photography, great.
Yes. Tonight we have a few articles I want to go over. We're going to try something new. Tim doesn't know about any of this, although it's in some of them are in the show notes.
The show notes.
But you don't know what I'm going to do. So we're going to try a couple of new things, and then we're going to display the photos that are in the photo contest. Tim, we've done A.D. Wheeler and I have done 2 months, the May and the June photo contest where he's reviewed the photos. July just ended. I've sent them on to him, and we're scheduling a date where we can do that review again. And I've gotten some positive feedback. I think people are liking that. So hopefully it encourages you to enter the contest over on JPEG to Raw. And the easiest way, of course, is through our Facebook group. Going over to facebook.com/group/JPEG to Raw and entering. And then, you give a little bit of information about your photo, and an AD and I, mainly AD, will do a review of it. And it's a good review. Comes from the perspective of someone who wants to help you. They're not going to... I think he doesn't focus that much on the negative at all. Doesn't talk that much about, all these things are wrong. He talks more about, if you did this is how this image would be better.
Right.
And so hopefully that's helping out some people and encouraging you to get out there and enter stuff in the contest. And there's some good photos this past month, Tim. Really good.
Sorry, my son's walking in the door upstairs.
I know you have voted already, so you've seen how good some of them are.
Yes, very. It made voting very difficult because it was hard to select. Let's put it that way. I agree.
Then I want to, if you ever use the Amazon link, I don't know what you buy. I don't know who buys what. Sometimes I can make a guess. Like, I think somebody bought some stuff for a DJI Phantom this month.
So it is working. All right.
Yeah. So
I've made a lot of purchases this past month.
I saw several things come through for a Phantom, and I said, either someone has heard Tim and decided, you know what, I want one too, or that's Tim buying something. So if you're going to buy something from Amazon like Tim did, use the link, jpegtoraw.com/Amazon, and we get a small credit. And it helps us as we're coming on the end of the year, be here before we know it. And the more we have, the more we can give away.
Well, I've ordered way too much from Amazon this year. I was actually looking at my Amazon trends, and I think I was a member since '99. And the first couple of years was like 4 or 5, maybe up to 10 items. This year, I'm already up over 100 orders from Amazon.
Wow.
I'm like, there's something wrong with me. It's too easy. It really is.
It is too easy.
And I only buy what I need, as opposed to when I go to a store and I buy something I never knew I absolutely had to have.
Yeah. Yeah. So, now the DJI Phantom does have a photography standpoint to it, but it doesn't have to be photography related in order to use for us to get a small credit. So we thank you, Tim, JPEG to Raw, Mike and Tim. Thanks, Tim.
And it doesn't cost me anything extra, so
it doesn't. It doesn't cost you anything extra. All right. So my first article I want to go over, I have, I think 2 articles, then something new we're going to try, and then we'll go over the photos. All right. First one. If you heard about this lady, her name is, I had it written down before, is Carol Highsmith, who has donated a lot of her work a lot of her photos to the where was it? To the Chamber of Commerce, not the Chamber of Commerce. What is that? That big thing, the
Library
of
Congress.
Yeah, she's donated a whole bunch of her work to the Library of Congress. Yeah, that big thing, for free use, for free for anybody to use. Somehow, Alame and Getty Images got a hold of over 18,000 of her images, and were selling them.
Oh my God.
Now, these are all registered and everything, and I think the claim was like $25,000 per image, plus there may be some kind of additional, fee related to that because of the fact that they've been selling them or whatever for commercial purposes. And she didn't know about it until they sent her a letter with a DMC takedown request to take one of her own photos off of her website, and they're fining her at $120.
Wow.
And that's where she found out that Getty and Alame were selling her photos through their service. Now, I haven't heard anything anywhere from Getty or Alame responding to this, but she's suing them for $1 billion.
Good for her.
Yeah, I feel like I should be putting my finger up here and talking to my mouth and talking like the guy from Austin Powers. $1 billion.
Yeah. 1 billion.
Yeah, I think it's like that. I did it wrong. So I don't know. It's going to be interesting to watch this case and see what the outcome is and whether she gets anything, I can't imagine she'll really get $1 billion. But, if they're all licensed, if they're all copyrighted and registered,
Yeah.
they're all registered.
So now how did they get the photographs?
That's what is confusing. It doesn't really talk about how they got them. She gave them to the Library of Congress for use by the general public at no charge. She donated them to the Library of Congress. And somehow Alame got 18,755 of her images.
Yeah, I'm just reading the article, and they even put fake watermarks on it.
Yeah. And they're holding themselves out as the exclusive copyright owner. So you wonder if somebody else submitted them. I can't imagine that they would go around and try and sell these knowing that they're wrong in doing it. That just doesn't make sense. But, that's all we know for now. This is going to be a great case to see what happens with it.
Wow. Yeah, I will be following this.
Yeah. But yeah, I think she's like 70 something years old now, if I read that right. She's a little bit older. And here, I'm going to show you, I didn't show this one image.
She'll just take the money and donate it to somebody then.
Yeah, here's an image. Yeah, she'll probably, from what we've heard about her, it sounds like she's very very into charity, so she would probably give away a lot of it. But there's one of the images. You may have seen it somewhere before. There's one of her images by Carol Highsmith, and it's on the Getty site, and they watermarked it.
Yeah. Now they issued a statement. It says, apparently yesterday, Getty did. The content in question has been part of a public domain for many years. It is standard practice for image libraries to distribute and provide access to public domain content. It is important to note that distributing and providing access to public domain content is different to asserting copyright ownership of it. So they're saying they're doing nothing wrong, yet they're going after her for her own picture. So
yeah. What that sounds like is, hey, we gathered it all together. We put it on our website
so now we're going to sell it.
So people can easily get it. And therefore, to compensate us for the fact that we made this easily available for the public, we're going to charge them a fee to get it. I'm no lawyer, so don't take me for anything legal. But yeah, that sounds like a scam to me.
Yeah, I'm not buying it.
Yeah. You wonder if they would charge more money based upon what you were going to do with it, what size copy you needed. I don't know. It's an interesting case, and I have a feeling that this one's going to get settled out of court.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah. All right, so that's number one. Number two is, and these are similar, all three stories are similar cases. Similar theme, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
The next one is where's that guy's blog? Okay, this is. Let me pull this guy up. This guy, Samuel Zeller.
Yep.
Love to get
Like-
him. Have you heard of him?
I just because I've read the article already.
Okay, I'd love to get him on the show. I'm not sure what country. I don't think he's in America, but I'm not. Swiss photographer. It says right there, Swiss photographer. He has given away a bunch of his photos on this site called Unsplash.
Yeah, I never
And we're
heard of
go-
that.
I never either. We're going to look at it here in just a second. The site called Unsplash. He's given away a whole bunch of his photos, all the way up to 600 pixels on the long end, and he's given away for under the Creative Commons license, where you can do them with anything with them that you want. And he's got some backlash on, hey, you're devaluing photography. You're devaluing your own work at least. What are you doing here? You have some great quality work, and if you're going to be willing to give this away for free, why would anybody pay for anything? And there's a case there.
There's an argument to that, yes.
There's an argument to that. What he's saying is, hey, I could put them up on a stock site. Maybe he did. Maybe he did have them on a stock site. But he's saying I could put them up on a stock site, and then I would get next to I'd get just a little bit of sales here and there. But instead, he put up 184 images, so not his entire portfolio, but 184 images up on that Unsplash, whatever it is. Unsplash.
Yeah, Unsplash.
And that the people have seen that. I think that he said they've been viewed over 63 million times and over 613,000 downloads for just his 184 images, which is insane. And they've been used in quite a few places. Here is an iOS ad using one of his images. Here's whatever that company is. It must be a Swiss company. I don't know that one. An iPad. So it's being used, but he's actually getting a bunch of work as a result of this. So companies have seen his photos there, and they say, hey, we would like you to come shoot this type of image for us. So it's actually turned around for him. I don't know if this would work for everybody, but it's turned around for him where he is getting new work because of putting those 184 images up there.
Yeah, I was just reading that article, and he was found by UBS because of they had downloaded 4 or 5 of his pictures, put his name into the database, and now have him coming out to take pictures because they like his style. So it actually worked for him. This is what they talk about with the music also, that the artists that try and fight having it online are preventing themselves from getting sales, where the other ones that are putting online are actually seeing a bigger increase in sales. The people that are not getting it are probably the traditional companies that were making money on your work in the first place.
Right.
I think that's really and they're the ones that are complaining about it.
You're cutting out the middleman. Now, obviously, at some point,
Right.
you got to charge for something, or else you can't live on free. So you got to charge somewhere for something. But the way he was looking at it is, hey, they're either going to sit on my hard drive, these images I've uploaded, sit on my hard drive, post to social media where, I get a bunch of thumbs up or something, some shares, and who knows, maybe some clients, but maybe not. Or I put them on a stock site where they get pennies on a dollar for being sold there for a little bit, which for someone who's not making a living off of it, penny stock agencies are not bad, although I think they're somewhat in decline. He talks about that a little bit in the article, that penny stock sites are a little bit in decline. Or he can put it on a site like this, put some teaser stuff out there, almost like a marketing campaign, put that out there, and maybe get some additional business. Now, the site itself, he doesn't run the site. He just is a member there. The site itself, I don't know if you've gone and looked at it, Tim, but it's not a pretty looking site, but man, they got some great images there. This is unsplash.com, and these are full resolution photos. It's like, let's take a look at this one. And you can download it just by hitting that button and download the photo. And then you have free use to use that photo. Now, I would hope you wouldn't claim it's your own and post it and put your own watermark on it, that you would give credit. I mean, you don't want to do that, but you're free to use it in blog posts and that kind of stuff. And then you can click on here and see the artist. And in most cases that I've seen, they have a link back to their site, where if you want to go back to their site and see.
I mean, there's a picture up here from NASA.
Really?
Yeah, down like another 5 or down from where you were.
Images have just
Keep
changed.
going. Keep going.
These are some
Yeah,
great photos.
You're right. You know what? Yours have changed compared to mine now.
Yeah, I'm on new. Did you go on featured or new?
New. I'm in new.
Maybe somebody just uploaded a whole bunch. Look at these. These are great photos.
Yeah, I definitely have a different set of photos compared to you do now.
Yeah.
Oh, there's somebody walking on railroad tracks.
Oh. Let's go to featured. Oh, maybe I was on featured.
Yeah. All right. Now go down about 5 or 6.
Yeah.
Yeah. A couple more. That one. That's from NASA.
Wow.
And if you see at the bottom, it says NASA on it
does.
too.
Yeah.
And there's a Samuel Zeller picture, the one with the brown up above. If you go up a couple, that's Sam right there. Right, you passed it.
Oh, this one here?
Yeah, it says his name right underneath it.
Yeah. Yeah, there it is.
So how about that? We found him.
We did. He's in the featured section. There's just some good quality photos. You know, and this maybe some sites like this are the ones that are killing the stock agencies.
Yeah, I could think so.
Where you know a lot of people who are doing blog posts or blogging, you take some of your own photos, but you also you need to supplement that. So you go to stock agency and you buy some there. Well, man, if you can find what you need here, and I haven't tried to search and see how good the search is, or I don't know how big the pool of images are, but good God, the quality is just fantastic.
Yeah, I'm looking at some of these pictures, and that is really clear.
Yeah.
Makes me not want to take pictures anymore because I suck.
Yeah, and I'm looking at these on a bad monitor. But then they still look really good. Anyway, this is a site you should go check out. I'm going to post it in our Facebook group, unsplash.com. At first glance, you may say, well, hold on a second. If they're giving these things away, how can I sell anything? And I think just like we were talking about with that one dude, what's his name? Samuel, where he's using it as a teaser. Hey, here's a little bit of my work.
He uploaded less than 200 pictures, but it gives you an idea of what he takes as pictures, and it works for him. I think that's smart.
Yeah. Yeah. But again, if you use these photos, please don't pass them off as your own work. There might even be, hopefully there's something in here saying, you can't watermark them and say they're mine. I don't know. I don't know the ins and outs of the Creative Commons license and what that means. Hopefully that people aren't taking these and then reselling the image. But, as far as using it on your blog post or whatever else. Yeah. All right. Let's see. That's that thing. Unsplash. I want to look at that more. All right. So now along those same lines, have you heard of something? Are you familiar with Bitcoin?
Yes.
And you may
Have I ever bought one? No.
Me
Should
neither.
I have bought a couple? Yes.
I don't know. I have never bought one, and I don't know. I don't know if at this point
I've listened to Jim talk about it on his podcast, and I think he had the same guy on there like 6 months later, and it doubled in value. And I actually thought it was going to crash and burn, and it's still out there. It still may. Yeah.
Well, do you know and I again, before we start into this, I am not an expert in this field, in this topic. But do you know the basic underlying, the thought on how this stuff works, the whole blockchain?
Yeah, and it's all mathematical formulas that people are trying. And at the beginning, they were able to get them, but now it takes a huge amount of horsepower to get another coin out. There's only a finite amount of coins that will ever be produced. So that's what keeps the value from dropping substantially. And it's not controlled by any state-run government. I think that's really what the point of it is. And it's untraceable.
Yes, I think all those things are my understanding too. The blockchain thing, and I'm not sure how that fits into Bitcoin, but you're hearing more and more about this thing called blockchain. And it's basically like a public ledger that you, me, and everybody else who's a part of this has this ledger that says, Tim owns this. Tim is owed this by Mike. Mike owes Tim this and that kind of stuff. So everybody has it. And nobody can steal it from you because everybody else still has it on their books as Tim owns it. So it's like you'd have to hack everybody, and that's not possible. So there is a new service, there's a new website, and I think this has been tried before, but this is a new website called Block AI. And that is using the blockchain type of theory to track your images. Now, this doesn't replace registering them with the Copyright Office and doing that kind of stuff. This doesn't replace that. But if you ever use like TinEye or anything like that to watch your images, this is something where you upload your image. It is then tagged or whatever. We're gonna do this here in a second. Tagged whatever that this is Mike's image, and now if anybody else uses it anywhere else, we all have a record that this is Mike's image because it's on the blockchain.
Oh, I like the idea of that.
With that, now I still would want to register it with the Copyright Office so that if I wanted to sue somebody, I'd have
right.
the right. And hopefully that would be nice if this ever got connected to that where you could upload it here and it would be automatically registered or something like that. So what I want to do tonight is I've not done this. So we're going to be doing this blind. This could be a total junk, or it could be awesome, or somewhere in between.
It's going to be one of the two.
One of the three, somewhere in between.
Three, yes. Okay.
So Mike's gonna sign up, and hopefully no passwords are displayed. If they are, I might have to quickly do something. All right, you ready? I'm going to do the sign up. And on the sign up page, we can sign up from Twitter, from Facebook, or we can just do, let's just do Mike Howard. I don't want to connect with Facebook right now. Podcast at I don't always talk when I type.
Well, don't talk out your password as you're typing.
Yeah, so how about we do this? I'm going to cut us over so nobody sees it, and then I'm going to enter password.
I think if this does work, that is great. I mean, I wouldn't do it for my everyday normal pictures, but certain pictures, absolutely, that's a great idea for. And especially if you're putting anything online, because sadly, as you saw with our first photographer, all of her pictures are being used against her. Carol Highsmith.
Yeah, I am using LastPass to generate a password.
Smart.
All right, so we're going to see if that goes. By registering the file with Block AI, you're making a copyright claim. We will suspend and investigate any account we believe is making illegitimate claims. All right, we'll agree to that. It says, select images or drag and drop. All right, I have an image ready. We're going to drag and drop it. And hopefully it doesn't kill my upload.
Should I guess what picture you're using? Is it the Swanee Center?
It is, yes. You can see it as it's uploading.
I should have known that's what you were going to use.
Registering. It's done uploading. And yeah, that kind of messed up YouTube. But look, hopefully hopefully we're recovering. Come on.
Claimed your first copyright.
You just claimed your first copyright.
And it says tweet.
I don't want to tweet.
Not
you know
yet.
what? Congratulations. Let's see what happens.
Go for it.
All right, I'm going to tweet it.
Tweedledee, Tweedledum.
No, I don't want to embed Twitter on my website. I don't know if that worked or not. All right. We have it there. Now I wonder what happens now.
So what does it say on the left? I can't read that.
It says honor code. By using Block AI, you're agreeing to be honest and follow the creator's code of honor. I'm not sure what the code of honor is. What can I copyright?
You're probably supposed to read it before you registered.
Probably so. What can I copyright? You can copyright any creative work which you authored. For example, digital art, photos, songs, videos, literature, architecture, and computer software. Now, this is still not registering with the Copyright Office, so remember that.
Right.
How is a copyright different from a patent? and there's a link to that. How do I have? When do I have my copyright? There's a link to that. Can I protect my copyright without registering with the government? And it says yes. If you have proof of publication, or maybe this is proof of publication. So what? I don't know what happens when I click on it. It's got the author Mike, published on. This is, I guess, it's saying published on August 2nd, 2016. Title, which is the name of my file. No description. Visibility public. Okay. And cryptographic proof. What is that? A certificate of publication. This certifies that Mike Howard published Sunset Over the Park on Tuesday, August 2nd, 2016. Whatever that means. Please check the email we sent. I don't have email pulled up, so we're gonna have to do that later because I don't want to kill my computer here as we're doing that. So I will check that later and see what I got there. And I don't know if it's going to go out and try and look and see where this thing is or what happens now. We'll have to report back on what this actually does. What do you think, Tim?
I don't know. I wonder. What do you think is going to happen?
Yeah, I got to find a way to get this email. All right, hold on. I'm gonna.
I mean, does it scour the web now to see if this picture's been posted by anybody?
I'm going to see if I can't get this email. That's what I was wondering, if it would go out there and scour the internet for it. I don't.
I mean, because you got to think, if they're getting a lot of pictures, now you're not paying for this service.
No, it was, as you saw, it was completely free.
Yeah. So now if they're not getting money for this, how are they? I mean, are there ads somewhere, or is it through the Facebook, Twitter links? Are they getting anything back?
Yeah, and I just checked my email. I don't have the email, so
I wonder how long it takes. It may take usually that stuff is instant, but
I typed the email right. Well, we have to report back on that. Maybe I'll check toward the end of the show and see if we got anything. So, okay, I've uploaded it to, at this point, all I've done is upload it to this website, which we don't know what that actually means. Oh, matches. What does matches mean? Hey. So I just clicked on something that said matches. One match. And it says Gwinnett County, which is the county I live in, occupymyfamily.com. Look there. This site is using my image.
We can't see anything. We see you.
Oh, hold on. Let me go all the way back. Sorry.
I didn't know if there was something you didn't want us to see.
No, sorry. All right, so back to the site. Down here at the bottom left, there's something that says matches. There's also a thing that says delete registration. I'm going to click matches.
Okay.
And here I have one match. You see that?
Right.
So I'm going to click on this link. Then it takes me to this website called Occupy My Family. And here's my image right here. I did not, agree to let them use this image.
Right. Town Center Park.
Yeah. May 27, 2016.
Yeah, that's not when you took this picture, because we've been looking at this picture for quite a while.
I'm thinking that's the date of the article.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep. No, they're using my photo. Now, I need to look into this more because the city of Suwanee does have the right to use this photo. I've given it to them to use, but it's a non-transferable license. So anyway, hey, there we go. It found one. I think this one's actually used is in more locations. So I'm a little surprised it's only found one. Maybe it takes some time, because I thought what happens.
But that's
with
good to
this,
see that it found one, and that was pretty quick.
Yeah, what what I thought happens is that you upload them, and then it emails you whenever it finds a match.
Right.
So let's say we do it today. There's no match, but next week somebody uses that photo. We get an email saying, "Hey, it's been used."
Right.
Now I wonder, select images or drag and drop. And I don't want to do it while we're doing it live, because if I upload full resolution images, it's going to kill the show, because we're trying to upload for the show.
Right.
But this looks like you can upload more than one at a time. You know, so it's saying select images or drag and drop, so you can do more than one. All right. If that might have been my email just coming through. No, it's somebody just liking my tweet. So we have to see when the email comes through. But there you go. So it was really easy to register. You probably could have done it through Facebook, and it'd be even easier, or through Twitter. In this case, I didn't want to do it. I wanted to try the third way, where I had to enter my username and password and email address, and then upload a photo. It's super easy.
Yeah, that was easy.
Now, the big test is going to be, does it do anything afterwards? Uploading photos to a website it's nothing new. You can do that all over the place. But what can you do now? All right.
Yeah, where does it take you from this?
Yeah, where does it go from here? I will report back. All right, you ready to... I want to spend the rest of the time. Any questions out in chat? Anything you want me to look at while I'm here at that, before I move on to the next thing? Anybody? Is that something that you would be interested in?
Yeah, I think this is. I mean, not for every picture, but obviously a picture like that there. Some of my other photos, and I wonder how. Like, you think about it, I take who knows how many hundreds of pictures of the castle in Disney. How is it creating those markers for each photo that it is doing? I mean, there must be some algorithm that it's using for that.
Yeah, Google.
Because did your picture have did you upload any of the metadata with it, or just the photo?
No, I think it has a metadata embedded, so it should have the EXIF data.
So I mean, it may be using that, but then again, it shouldn't only be using that, because not everybody's going to have that on their picture. So it's got to be just the picture, and it must be creating some sort of markers on there in the picture to come up with that, and that's pretty impressive.
Yeah. Whoops, didn't mean to cover your face with that. So I was going to look at the photo and see
if you had
Yeah, it has metadata in it.
So I wonder if that uses it. But now, when you sent that picture to Swanee, did they have the meta? And when you've put it out there, that's questionable.
People can, can they
can
easily
strip
be
it out, right?
Yeah.
Because that would be an easy way to defeat it. Then.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It sure would. All right, so we're not gonna do a deep dive review of these images. 17 of them. But I just want to, give these guys some airtime and show, because there's a lot of good photos here, and we'll do a deeper dive when AD will do a deeper dive. I will just pretty much listen. Right. But I'm going to go ahead and show these. I know you've seen them all, Tim.
Yes,
because you've already voted. You were one of the first ones to vote, so thank you very much. So first one up.
For once,
yeah, first one up is what's his name? Spencer Sullivan. And this one is a Milky Way with a tent in it.
And I love this picture. And we've seen a picture like this before. I can't remember who we had on as a guest, probably about a year ago. Ben. That's right. And he had pictures like this. And I love these type of pictures.
I do too, because I don't get to see it myself where I live.
Yeah.
So it's almost unreal when I see somebody else having it.
Yeah.
So I try, now that I've done the show with AD twice and listening to him, I try and put my AD hat on, and it doesn't fit very well. So I don't have a lot to say about this one other than I like it. All right, next one up is from Roger Deya. I don't. I'm going to misspell your name.
I'm going to have to get to them so I could start saying the names.
Yes. First name Roger, and wow, that is she is. This is such a clean image.
Mm-hmm.
I love the eyes. I love
The contrast from the scarf to the skin to the eyes
Yes.
is amazing.
Yeah, I love the colors in this image. And I'm just noticing for the first time, you can actually see a little bit of an outline of her mouth and nose. It says it is a slightly see-through there.
Oh, yeah, yeah. You know what? I didn't notice that.
Yeah. Well, because you're so totally focused on the eyes, they just pop. All right, good job, Roger. Next up is Daryl Harrington. And I know Daryl enters almost every month now. And this is another Milky Way shot.
Where
On a train track.
Yes. Yeah, you're right. It's another one on the tracks.
I'm surprised he didn't get some flack in the group. It looks like it probably is an HDR type image for at least the foreground. There is, definitely at nighttime, of course. And I'm thinking that may be his shadow that is picked up in the right side, lower
Oh,
side.
I wonder. Yeah.
Yeah.
That could be. Yeah. Nice catch.
Yeah. Nice image. All right. Next up is this one is from Bev Nelson Robson. And this is I guess a sunrise or sunset. She might have put it in her notes and I don't have them, but sunrise, sunset of a lighthouse. Great image.
Sunset,
yeah.
Up in Nova Scotia.
Okay. There's a little bit of black halo around the top of that thing, and I'm sure that AD is going to ding it for that. But the colors are really good. I love the orange sky.
Now, what do you think the halo around the lighthouse is for? What caused that?
I don't know, because it doesn't look like she has any movement or anything.
Yeah.
And the sun is not over there. The sun's way off to our right.
Yeah, because you could see the sunlight on that very right side of the lighthouse.
I don't know what.
Yeah, that's odd. I wonder what that is.
Yeah. Anyway, all right. Next one up is from
Michael Demalga.
Yep.
Oh God, I messed that one up.
I love these ones with rock where they shows a lot of detail. Like even the last one, Bev, too, where they have the rock and they show a lot of detail. And it looks like I was going to say it looks like a long shutter speed.
Yeah,
for
20
the water.
seconds. It is a 20-second with an 11-stop neutral density filter.
What
so the water almost looks like a cloud going over the rocks.
It does with the clouds. While there is some blur in the clouds, it's not as much as I would expect.
I wonder if that's a composite to the, you're right, because 20 second, I mean, unless it's really still the clouds.
Yeah.
But it does look, they do look a little soft, except in the far background. But I guess even the far background, they wouldn't have moved a lot because of how far he's away from it.
So it's either composite or else the clouds are moving extremely slow. But anyway, good look. It looks nice. All right, this one is from
Milan Vaskov Milandov.
Yeah, I think this is like his third entry at least. And I know the first one I really messed up his name, but this one, I love the orange or the golden glow on the whatever the weeds or whatever that is, the wheat, whatever that is, contrast against the sky.
Mm-hmm. And this is a 12-shot panorama.
12-shot panorama.
Yeah, 12-shot vertical panorama.
Oh, that I didn't read that. That is awesome.
Yeah, I love reading that at the bottom over in Bulgaria.
Great job, Millen. Can't wait to do the show with AD. Hear his feedback. This one is from Ron, and I'll let you say his last name.
Manchinsky.
Yep. There you go. Obviously, a slow shutter speed, as you can tell from the wagon.
4 seconds. Yep.
Yeah, from the wheel. I will say it
actually looks like a painting. I like this one. It's HDR, and it's not overdone HDR, but you could tell it's HDR. But I like it.
I think it's a little overdone in HDR.
You think so?
Yeah.
I like it. To me, I could see this picture hanging up on a wall, almost the type of print you do, like that on not canvas. I can't think of what
Metal?
I would call it, but
No.
I like it. Sorry.
Well, HDR is controversial. A lot of
Yeah,
things. A lot of
absolutely.
things in photography are controversial, but HDR is controversial because of some people are purists and don't want to have any signs of HDR. Some people feel more comfortable with it being pushed a little bit and more paintery. It's something that is up to the viewer and
Right.
what fits your what you like, what you don't like. We'll say on the far left, lower left hand side, not the far, the near lower left hand side, that grass. I would have liked to have seen that
Yeah, clone
cloned
that
out
out.
or cropped out, something like that.
I think you'd have to clone it out because I like the reflection in the water.
I do like. I don't want to lose that, but
Right. And if you start cropping that, I mean, you probably could have gotten rid of that tree on the left, but that tree on the left kind of borders the photo. I think you've been better off just cloning that section out at the
Yeah.
bottom.
And-
you couldn't have gone up. I don't think you moved to the left.
Yeah.
Or maybe take a step to your right when you're taking the picture. Maybe that would have worked.
true. Jeff in chat says the thing that bothers him is the halos, and that's where I can't not look at them. I keep looking at them, but hey, that's it's photography. It's not science. It's
Yep.
it's in the eye of the beholder. All right, this one is from Scott Green. Scott Green is photographed my son who graduated from high school a couple years ago, and hopefully this coming up year he'll photograph my younger son as he graduates from high school. Big fan of Scott's work. He does a wide variety of things and is a great member in our group who shares a lot of his behind the scenes. His behind the scenes
Right.
artwork is really fun to look at. And this shot from Scott, he didn't give us a whole lot of details on it, if I remember right. But it is a what do you call it?
Yeah,
Not
it's
driftwood, but it's a big piece of a tree that is basically just driftwood now.
Now he wrote ISO 200, f 3.5, 1/200, 24 millimeter, 609 AM, and then he's got OCF.
Off camera flash.
Oh, thank you.
He is
I'm thinking he's talking about where he is.
he's a master of flash.
how,
So
how many flashes are on this?
you can see, obviously the main light source is coming from the back of the scene with the sun either rising or setting. And but if you look at the wood, there's
light on
obviously
this
some
side, which should not be.
there's light hitting it from the front, which is his flash. And I don't know, I like the contrast that it adds.
I do too. I think if it wasn't there and it was just the dark on this side, it wouldn't be as interesting,
We need
or it would be very typical.
as we're going through these photos, I noticed somebody hasn't entered one. That's Jeff out in chat. He does some great work, and we'd love to see some of his
Yes, he
work again.
does.
Yeah. All right, this one is from Michael Fairbanks.
Fairbanks.
Yeah, Michael Fairbanks. I guess it's from a fisheye.
Yeah, 8 millimeter fisheye on a Sony A6300.
On Sony, yeah. This is one of the things.
I've never used a fisheye.
Me neither, and I can't wait to hear AD's thoughts on this. On fisheye has a neat look to it, but I really don't know how to critique a fisheye.
One good thing that he did with it is he's got that building dead center up top, so it doesn't get distorted. That's the only thing I could think of.
Huh.
I like how the horizon is split over, but
I do too.
you can't overuse this lens, and because otherwise you use them too much. Once in a while, it's a beautiful shot.
Yep. And Jeff said he's going to enter next month, so awesome.
There you go.
And we love Jimmy and Chris to enter too. All right, this one is from Ralph Jensen.
Another Sony A99.
Yeah, and I remember I love the black and white conversion he did here. And he posted another angle of this photo in the group too, if I remember right. It's down at the shoreline underneath a bridge. And did he?
It's not over the bridge. We know that.
It's not over the bridge. Did he give any specs on the photo?
16 millimeter ISO 50, 8 neutral density, f22, 8 seconds. Clear evening sky, sun hidden over bridge, over in Norway, northern Norway.
Sun hidden over bridge. Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
'cause you
love.
could see the sun coming in the water underneath the bridge there.
And it's eight. You say 8 seconds, smooth out
8
the water.
seconds, yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
awesome, Ralph. This is Brad Morse
Hmm.
and big old sunflower with a
Sunflower.
bee in it.
Right.
Yep.
This would be a normal, typical picture, except you got that nice bumblebee there that
Yeah.
almost blends in. But then when you take that second look, it's like, oh yeah, look at that there.
And, I like how the center of the sunflower is up in the upper right hand corner a little bit.
Yep.
But the blades, the flowers, I guess, fill the rest of the frame.
Right. It's that rule of thirds, almost like putting the eye on that upper right third. I like that, as opposed to having the petals around the entire picture frame,
Yeah.
and having the sunflower in the middle. This is a really great angle to this picture.
It is. Yep.
And I took this with a Nikon. Have you ever heard of that brand?
Yeah, it's the number one brand by
Oh,
all
oh,
by all people who know anything about photography. All right,
Ravi Kiran.
there you go. Thank you. Another ocean scene. That looks like it's also a long shutter speed. Although I wonder, the clouds again. What did he say? Any details there?
No, he
'Cause
doesn't. He doesn't give anything other than it was taken with an 18-140 lens. Really doesn't get into it. A Nikon D70-100, but I'm wondering, why is it so bright there in the middle of the upper sky, and the sides are.
Well, I'm thinking that's the sun that's up there, and it's just an
Yeah.
overcast or cloudy or stormy day, and all that's covering it. I don't know. I'm struggling with where my focal point is here.
Yeah,
Overall, I like the image.
right.
But-
I like it, but
Um,
and normally you would say the horizon shouldn't be in the center of the picture, but I think there's so many different things going on with this picture that it doesn't bother me.
yeah.
Because I think if you made it higher, the horizon, you'd cut out the sky, which is nice. Made it low, you'd be cutting out the rocks. So it needs to be where it is. But this looks like there's something dead center in the back of the image, and I can't. Was that a boat way out there? I can't
Oh
tell.
yeah, I see that now. There's something on the horizon. Yep.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, next up is this. This month. So, Lakesh, is that
Lure.
right?
Yeah, Lakesh Lure.
Lure. This month we have a great variety of images. This one's totally different.
Absolutely.
This one's totally different than any of the other images that we had. It's basically a jar with stars in it. I don't know what those star bean bags or something. I don't know what they are.
They look like bean bags.
Yeah, but I actually, I first saw this image, and you're going through the images, and you see landscape, this, and all that. This one really stands out, and it's really grown on me over the time. I love the color, the contrast of the cap, the color in the cap, versus all the colors inside of the jar. It's an
And this is
interesting
a
image.
weird looking jar.
It is. The cap
very-
seems too big.
The cap is huge for it. Almost looks like it's a wine bottle cap on a very small jar, and you got different size stars in there, different colors in there. It was made for his sister going to Texas this August. I love the picture too. You're right. It's so varied, and probably the best part about it is the whole background is blurred out, and the green background complements this picture.
It does. Yeah. Yeah. Very nice job. Totally different than all the rest of the
Absolutely.
entries. All right, and I love this.
Can you
photo.
pronounce this one?
Gina Perry?
Oh yes, you got it.
And she does such a great job with her backgrounds and smoothing her backgrounds and gets such great tones in her images. And this little girl is so cute with her eyes closed and the way she's holding her mouth. I absolutely love this image.
Yes.
Yeah, and-
Another one with the background perfectly blurred out.
yeah. Gina.
Now, I don't know
does a
if this
great
was
job
done
with
in a
that.
studio, if this is outdoors.
I
I can't tell.
I don't know either because the lighting looks great too. So, but Gina is really good at doing these things. I can see her pulling this off outside.
Yeah, she doesn't say they were playing superheroes and making wishes together. So I don't know.
Yeah, just fantastic. As Gina, fantastic. All right, this one's from Debbie Henry. I love these kind of scenes.
Yeah, so do I.
I look
So
at it.
I love walking into a scene like
Yes.
this and seeing it's like, wow.
I don't know if this is sunset or I imagine this is sunrise, I look at it and think sunrise,
And
but
I
it
think
is
sunset.
okay. All right, there you go. So we can both make up our own story. But this looks like you're walking along a trail. You have the bushes between you and then the tree line, and in the tree line you have that almost like a holy glow coming through there with the sun rays, where you can see the sun rays. I love these type of images.
So do I.
I've never got one this good. All right, our second to last photo, and this one's from somebody I'm gonna let you.
Bayardine Yulskiliska. Wow.
There you go.
No. Yes.
And this one is a bride. It's black and white. Bride sitting on a couch with sun rays coming through the window, illuminating her. And I like it. Yeah, I like the black and white treatment. I think this was better black and white than it would have been color. Although
I think- yeah, I
probably would have
agree.
been good color too, but I like it black and white.
No, I think the black and white's better with it because you don't. One thing, you don't know what the colors were in the room,
True.
which may have been very distracting to what the bride is wearing.
Yeah.
Well, you know what a bride's wearing, but that's
She's wearing white. Yeah.
yes.
I'm assuming. Yeah. All right. Last one. And this one is
Neil Turner.
Turner. And Neil has been experimenting with, because he's posted a number of these in our Facebook group. Neil has been experimenting with a bunch of toys and stuff, and taking photos, close up macro, almost I guess photos, not necessarily macro, but close up photos to make them try and come close to thinking that they're real life or something. Obviously,
Right.
You're not going to think this is real life, but trying to make them larger than they are. And this is the one he submits there. So it's a garbage truck with somebody laying on a bench and somebody digging in a trash can.
Yes.
Did he?
I like this. It's
do.
It's such a cool, whimsical photo. I mean, he's going through all his collection of little toys and everything. And you know what? I mean, it's something that he probably did as a child, playing with this, and I was like recreating a scene from his childhood. I wouldn't be surprised.
Look, what this proves is you don't have to get out in 100-degree heat to take photos. Now, I don't know if he talked in the note anything about his lighting or anything here, because lighting on these small
Yeah, he does.
on these small things, lighting is critical too.
He used two 100-watt LED lights bouncing off a gold reflector, two 100 CFL overhead lights, and then started with two external flashes set very low.
Yeah.
We had a lot here.
So, this is a great way to experiment with lighting and understand how lighting is working. So thanks for entering that, Neil. And that is our last entry for the month. Everybody who entered, thank you, and look forward to entries for the August contest. We're in the process of doing round 1 voting. Then we'll move on to round 2 voting and announce the winner at some point during the month, and hopefully next week or so. And then we'll have a show with A.D. Wheeler where he does a professional review. Tonight was really not a review from Tim and I. It's just kind of showing the photos off.
Right, because we don't always show every picture that made it into the contest.
Right. So be looking out for that. I am going to put that feed out. We've done 2 shows. We'll do another one here in the next couple of weeks as its own feed that you can subscribe to in iTunes and all that kind of stuff. You can get it now through YouTube, but I'm going to make it where you can get it through iTunes also. So be looking for that to come up at some point. Tim, we're close to the time. That's really all I had. I'll just do the closing stuff unless you had
That's
else?
fine. That was excellent. This was a good show.
Yeah, I enjoyed it too. I can't wait to go and check my email again and see if anything came from that. Maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll do that in a post show, and so you have to be here for the post show to see. As we mentioned before in the beginning of the show, don't forget to use our Amazon link, which is jpegtoraw.com/Amazon. On anything you're going to buy, go out there and do it before you go to Amazon. Use that link. Go there, then you'll get a little bit. If you're going to buy, I am hooked on a show, Tim, that. I'm the last to the party all the time, but I am hooked on a show called Game of Thrones, and I bought it on Amazon. So if you're going to go out there and buy Game of Thrones on Amazon, be sure to use our link first, and we'll get a small credit, and then we give all that back away through contests and giveaways and things like that. And the more we get, the more we can give away. We don't keep any of it. Tim and I do this just for the fun of it. Tim, where were you viewing all the photos just now when we're going through it?
Facebook.
Ah, damn it. I was hoping you were using the forums.
Well, I think in the forums, do they have?
I did put it there.
No, I know you have them in the forums, but is all the detail written there as well?
Yes, I put it there too.
Okay,
But it was probably easier to look at on Facebook. But
so I was in the forums. Let me help you out. I was in the forums.
Tim was in the forums. If you too want to go into the forums, JPEG to RAW has their own forums where you can go there and register and have threaded discussions and everything else. Just go to jpegtoraw.com/forums. Where Tim was really looking was in our Facebook group, which is facebook.com/groups/JPEG to RAW. We have a number of groups out there. That's our main one. We'd love to have you come and join us. The easiest way to enter every month. You can also enter by going to our website and entering that way. Although right now it's probably, I need to set it up for the next month. We'd love to have you come out in our group. The group is continuing to grow, Tim. Yeah, we're closing in on, we'll be 2,000 before you know it over there. And we're still closing on 1 million views/listens. We're in the mid-900s or less slightly over mid-900s. So I don't know if we're going to make it in August, but it should be here in the next month or so where we'll hit the 1 million views, listens, which is huge for us. That
is really. I'll tell you, that is mind-boggling when you say it like that.
It is. I can't believe that many. Well, I guess until next week, keep it raw. Good night, everybody.
Everybody.